What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about getting your Part 107, the essential steps that I took personally to move forward and, secure my Part 107 and start making money with my drones, right? So, where I want to start with this is going to be, first of all, let me put this disclaimer out there, okay? These are some of the steps. This is not concrete. This is just some steps that we're taking to pursue getting that Part 107. One of the most important things that you're going to want to know with getting your Part 107 is going to be understanding the FAA regulations. Now, when it comes to the FAA regulations, you want to familiarize yourself with these because these are basically the law of the air. And if you're not familiar with these, you're going to get in trouble. There's no doubt about it. Because even people that are familiar with them, I mean, I hate to say it, but they're still getting in trouble. So don't be like them. Follow your own steps, do your own work, study your own stuff, understand the FAA regulations, and you will not go wrong. Promise you that. There's a couple things that I tell people that you have to make sure that you know. That's going to be making sure you know your visual line of sight. What does that mean? That's very important, especially when it comes down to taking the Part 107. That's going to be one of the, it should be on one of the questions. I'm not sure how it's going to be worded, but a visual observer and visual line of sight is very important on the Part 107. So make sure that you remember that. Okay. Also, right-of-way rules. With right-of-way rules, that's mainly going to talk about, if you are flying your drone in some airspace and you get a notification or you see there is a plane or helicopter or any manned or unmanned vehicle, you want to make sure that you give right away and you also do your best to avoid any type of collision. Because at all times, we want to do what? We want to always fly safely, right? So some ways to make money with your Part 107 once you decide this is what you want to do. You want to make money. All right. So some of the cool avenues or revenues that you can make money with your Part 107 is going to be everybody's in real estate, right? So aerial shots, aerial video, right? Then you also have stock video. You have stock photography, you have productions, there's so many different things you could use your drone to make money. 3D mapping, surveying, roof inspections. There's so many ways. So find out the best way that works for you to make the money with your Part 107 and stick to it and grow in it. And who cares if it's more than one revenue? If you want to do real estate and you want to do, you want to do surveying or whatever, pick it, stick to it, learn it, love it, make your money with it, right? So we've talked about making sure we know the FAA regulations. We've talked about some of the key things that we need to know in terms of visual line of sight, visual observers, right away. So what do we need to do in order to start the process to get into our Part 107, right? Well, we should be doing this anyway, but study for the Part 107 exam. So before you take the exam, I strongly, strongly, strongly suggest that you study for it. So now we're going to study for the Part 107, right? So in order to study, you have to figure out your best avenue on how you're going to study for the Part 107. That could be using the FAA study guide. That could be online courses. That could be doing the practice test or mobile apps. I love the mobile app because the mobile app, I was able to use it anywhere. I was able to study anywhere. I was able to take practice tests, review. Some of the apps may have had cheat sheets that you can literally look at and learn some of the key things that you're going to be asked on the test, right? So when it comes down to learning how to study for your Part 107, the biggest piece of advice that I can give to you is going to be study the best way that you know how to, and study the material in a way that it resonates with you the best. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to learn this stuff. You're the one that has to take the test. So if I told you that I recommend that you look at books and learn the material, right? Well, if that works for me, it may not work for you. So why are you going to adapt my method when you know you do better on online courses, right? So you get the studying, you find your way, and you stick to it, right? Now, let me add this real quick because I got to let you guys know, if you guys are finding value in the stuff that I am giving you, please do me a favor and like the video. If you have any questions about some of the stuff that may be on the exam, or you want me to go over some things, please drop it down in the comments below. One thing that I tell people, no question is a dumb question. And just because you have the question doesn't mean that somebody else may not have that same question. So please do me a favor. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it down in the comments below. So the next thing you want to do is you got to register your drone. You got to register your drone. If your drone weighs more than 0.55 pounds, which is about 250 grams, and less than 55 pounds, you will definitely need to get it registered. Okay. And I've included the link right here. I'll make sure I have the link down in the description so you guys can go down there and refer to it. Click right on it. It'll take you right to the website. But that's what you're going to want to do. And I'll also include in the description below, because once you get your drone registered, you're going to have to make sure that you have the sticker, or however you decide to label your drone, but that registration number has to be on your drone at all times. Okay. So that's the website right there. And I'll make sure to keep it down in the description for you so that you guys can go on down there and get that information that you need. All right. So what have we done so far? We have understood the FAA regulations. We're figuring out ways to make money with our drone. We found out ways to study for the Part 107 so that we can make money with our drone. We've also figured out how to register our drone. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be scheduling the Part 107 exam. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my story because we can all understand and relate to what I'm going to tell you, right? When it came down to scheduling my tests, I took my time, because as anybody that has to take a test, you get intimidated because this is unknown ground, right? We're drone pilots. We're trying to learn clouds and airspace and layers and towers and all this other stuff that we have to learn that we've never really applied in our day-to-day life, but we have to make sure that we know now because we have a big responsibility in the air, right? So schedule the test. Schedule it. Don't put it off. Set a date. Stick to it. Find yourself an accountability person. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the main thing I want you to do is find the Knowledge Testing Center. There is a link. I'll put it down in the description below. That's what the website looks like. It may change over time depending on when you're watching this video. But that's what the website looks like. Let's get it scheduled, man. So that we can go back and we can study for it. Study for the Part 107. Just because you scheduled it don't mean you don't have to stop studying for it. Study for it until you can't study no more. But don't overstudy, of course. But study till you feel comfortable, especially once you set that date. You want to make sure that you pass that 107. The 107 comes with 60 multiple choice questions. You have 2 hours to knock this out, and you only have to score a 70% or higher. Now, let's be clear. We all aim for 100%, right? We all aim for 100%, but it's okay because you're not going to know everything. You're going to forget something. It's okay, right? Just make sure you score 70% or better, and just make sure that if you miss anything that you do go back and you do review, because just because you missed it on the test doesn't make it no less important than what it is on the FAA regulations. Okay? And once you pass the test, make sure you apply for your remote pilot certificate. Okay? Same website, same website. Make sure you get everything that you want because you made it. You got your remote pilot. You got your 107. You can go make that money now. That's what you wanted, right? Now you got it. Let's get to it, right? But it's not over with. You still have to stay informed and compliant. Yes, it never stops. You know, things change. New things get passed. New regulations come out. You always want to make sure you stay informed and compliant so that you never get caught slipping. Okay? Another thing that I'm big on is going to be continue your learning and always practice. Yeah, we think we know it all. We think we got it. We think we're the best of the best of the best of the best. But how do you stay on top? You continually learn and you practice. I practice all the time. I'm always learning something. That's why I'm able to bring this to you guys, because I said, you know what? Let me help somebody. Because there are going to be people out there that aren't going to know the way to get to their Part 107 or the way to make money with their drone. They don't know where to start. They don't know where the websites are. They don't know they have a community of people already, because why? It's important to network with other drone pilots, right? If there's something that you don't know, you can come to another drone pilot and they will give you the best advice possible, right? I'm one of them. You come to me, anybody will tell you. If you send me a message, I'm gonna do my best to answer it for you. And if there's any information you request from me, I'm gonna do my best to give it to you. That's why it's important for you guys to drop a comment below if you have any questions about any topic that I cover. And I'll be sure to either make a video about it, because you're not gonna be the only one that's gonna have that concern. So why not spread the education to everybody, right? So if you love this content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And hey, let's get this money together. And if you're getting your Part 107, hey, drop it down below, man. Let me know. I would love to give you a shout out. I would love to give you some words of encouragement, because that's what we're here for, okay? So thank you guys for allowing me to do this for you. If you guys enjoyed this, hey, you know what to do. But until then, stay positive, stay motivated, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.